Okay. Let me refresh that real quick. Okay, refresh that again. 1 second. Okay. Now it's the wrong place. The demon? There's the right link, right? I posted. Yes, I did. Perfect. Okay, give me a moment. Hey, dog, what's up? Dog. Let's see. Okay, give me a moment. A moment, ow. Right, just closing my door. Okay, links have been dispersed. Right. Ah, I got my headphones stuck to something. Oh no, they're stuck to my new chair. I'm sorry, chat. 1 second. God damn it. There we go. That's awkward. Right. So sorry about that, chat. I was gonna... There we go. Sorry about that. My headphones got stuck underneath my chair. We are live. I believe we are live. Things should be running smoothly, I hope. I think. I pray. Ouch. So yes. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Things should be going well, I believe. Let me know if my volume's okay. Let me know if the game volume's okay. And all that pajazz. Oh, Primos, yay, BP. Lovely. Yeah, today, in this stream today, we are gonna, as the title suggests, I am not gonna be doing that. I am going to be starting Act 2 of the Fontaine Archon quest. I don't know, I put on a bit of a voice there, but yeah, we're gonna be starting Act 2. I don't know if we'll be finishing it today, because Act 1 was very long. I mean, I think Act 1 was like 5 hours it took me to complete. And that's long. That's a long time. So I'm gonna be starting Act 2. Oh, it's right there, so I'm probably gonna boot me right into the quest. Right as we start. So, yes, that is my plan. As you can see, just a slight update before we do that. I have unlocked the entirety of the Fontaine map. I haven't done that much exploring. Yeah, I mean, I think literally the only exploring I have done is I had this boss open or unlocked beforehand. Because obviously I've long leveled up my gumming. And I literally, the only other thing I've done off camera is unlock this domain just to get some artifacts. That is literally all I've done. Everything else in Fontaine I have not touched. There's a few waypoints here and there which I have unlocked. But aside from that, it's pretty much untouched. So, yes. But anyway, I'm gonna get the ball rolling. Yeah, I'm just gonna refresh my feed real quick to make sure it's not buffering. At least my end. It isn't what I want to buffer. I don't know about. You guys are gonna have to let me know in chat or anything if it is being goofy, because I don't.
The shrouded path is not meant to be walked.
Shut up, my beautiful wolf boy.
The smoke might suffocate you.
I don't know if he is a wolf boy, but he looks beautiful. That's why I pulled him. Oh, also, side note, this character here, Chaska, who's the 5-star who I accidentally pulled, I don't regret her. I don't regret her at all, mainly because, you know, riding a gun is pretty sweet. Firing a gun is pretty sweet. You gotta love that. Anyway, let's go have some lunch.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up.
Sorry, 1 second.
I hope the food here will be to your taste.
I hope it will be to my taste too. I actually just ate a cupcake before this. It's literally 11
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
I don't remember where the last time we ate in this game is, but it was
In that case, I'll
existent.
go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
What do you mean you're gonna order for us? Excuse me? Order for us? What if you don't order what I like? I find that rather rude. Okay, well, she's going anyway. Rude.
Oh, everything looks so good.
Actually, to be fair, it does.
People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Alright, I take back what I said. Now, Via, you clearly have good food on your palate. I mean, that looks really good. And the chicken. And the garlic. Is that garlic bread? What's up? I'm streaming. What's up? Yes, I did feed the dogs, yes. They're lying to you.
I know. They're lying.
Sorry, my mum just came into my room asking if the dogs have been fed. They're lying to her. So, they're like, feed me more food! Right, anyway.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
I mean, that's one big chicken leg. How big of a chicken did you murder to make this, always
And
move
if
on?
it's not,
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
That's just weird.
you sure have your own way of doing things.
Why would you eat at a place if you don't like the food? That's
Oh,
dumb.
We called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
It's certainly worth celebrating.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Okay, we're gonna be. Why is everybody in this game a gluttony? We're all just sins of
I
gluttony.
didn't mean that you had to order even more food. Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Also, why would you have the chairs literally so close to the table to where you can't reach your food? That doesn't make sense. Explain that logic to me.
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward.
Also, those cakes look really
Well,
good.
that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
No, we don't. I'm just gonna close my window. So I'm just closing my curtain. Okay, continue.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Oh yeah, we saw a guy literally turn to water. It was very graphic. Oh, for Genshin,
It
for
was
this game, it
because
was very
this was such
graphic.
a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
And that's why he dissolved. Because it was time so we wouldn't keep talking. It's called story development, Paimon. It's called a plot.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To
True.
be
That's a very
honest,
poetic way of
I
putting
don't
it.
have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct.
True, they're useless.
It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's just that a different perspective is required in some matters.
It sounds like you don't have faith in their ability, if I'm being perfectly
It's
honest.
easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough.
I mean, probably.
Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists.
What, so you're like vigilantes?
Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
To seep into the cracks where filth falls through. Is this mafia vibes, anyone?
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
Maybe.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right?
Dang it. Sorry, I was getting a chocolate out of my...
Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
Well, we wanted to ask the Hydra Archon for some information, but we made the stupid decision of leaving the courthouse where the Archon was, so we're probably not going to get to speak to her for quite a while now.
That's
Yeah.
true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I didn't load up my VTuber either, that's my bad, whoopsie.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon.
Yeah, we just want to ask her, yo, where's our sister at? And then she'd probably say, like, I have no fucking clue where your sister's at. And then we'd leave. Hence why we're not being able to speak to her.
I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Well, considering the fact that most of the other Archons, the only Archon who's actually been able to provide any help on Lamine's whereabouts is Nahida. Or any information about Lamine is Nahida. All the other Archons are useless, so I don't have much faith in Farina knowing
We've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be
just
tough
how
getting any of her
the run of
time.
things go. Yeah, continuing, I'm sorry.
Well, would you consider
That's
some
wind.
more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Excuse me, what the heck? What the fuck, Navia? You telling us we can do crime? We'll get arrested.
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you.
Oh, she is...
Full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
This don't give Mafia vibes. I feel like this is literally the Mafia.
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play, don't you think?
This just... Why?
Could you suggest something a
I
little
have to warm up my
practical?
brain.
This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
Yeah, it's not like this game's full of voice actors or anything. It's great.
Alright, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then, wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
See, this is what I would do. That would be my method of doing things.
I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
Yeah, same. Exactly. I relate to you, Navia.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah.
All right, no more joking around. Huh. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break.
She has a break? I don't know. Hey Chris, welcome to the stream. We have currently just started the Act 2 of the Fontaine Archon quest. Welcome, welcome.
You did defeat her in court. clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
Yeah, literally, we humiliated a god in the last stream, and it was beautiful. I am so thrilled with that outcome.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
It's worth a try.
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Yeah.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Fanta? Is that the Genshin equivalent of Fanta?
Was this your drink?
Also, who would drink Fanta in a teacup? Or a mug? That's not a teacup, it's too big to be a teacup. But who would... whatever, you know, whatever.
Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
I mean, that is fair, Navia. I don't know how you assumed that that was your drink when it's literally, like, a meter away from Paimon's face.
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Not a meter, but, like, you know what I mean. Whatever.
Right. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
What the fuck kind of drink is Fanta if it's salty and icky? Ew! My drink also tasted that way too.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then.
Yeah, screw that drink.
If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Not drinking is poison.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
Sorry, I was eating chocolate.
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You could try walking, you know.
Nah, that would be so normal. You know, like you.
Now listen here, you little shit. Sometimes... I was gonna say sometimes you gotta learn how to lose weight somehow, but Paimon eats, like, ridiculous amount of food, and yet she's skinny as a bean. Or slim as a bean. And I want to know how Paimon gets her build. I want to be able to eat as much food as I possibly can and not gain weight. That's what I want. I want this superpower Paimon has. Anyway, I will drink Fanta in a mug just despite you, Kevin. How dare you? How dare you? Now listen here, you little no, I'm kidding.
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
And we made Navia go broke. So not only, so basically so far in Fontaine, we've almost gotten Paimon arrested for basically being a floating object. We've embarrassed and completely humiliated the Hydro Archon. We've made friends with two people of an illegal organization, and we've made Navia go broke. I feel like this is quite possibly our best run of achievements in any nation so far. I'm quite proud of this so far.
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
I think that was pretty tough for her. I think that was pretty priced meal, all thanks to Paimon.
Let's get ready to
Yeah,
try
big
to
blame
eat
Paimon.
again. Bye, Navia.
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. Give your request the highest priority.
I will say though, out of all the characters in this nation that we've seen so far, out of all the playables, she definitely has like the most like French aesthetic, doesn't she? Like she definitely has like I think probably a very pretty design. I do really like Navia's design.
In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
Also, there's a really high length boots. Really high length boots. Her face is all that the meal cost is way too much. That Iceland, I don't know if you were here when you saw how much food there was, but literally you could buy a house with how much food was ordered. Anyway. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know if you caught my last stream. Did I mention this in the last stream? I probably did. But yeah, you know how I accidentally pulled Chaska before I pulled Auroran? Actually, it started off being a regret, but then like I built her and then like I have not looked back. She is a great unit. I love her. I love her, and I can't wait to, you know, I can't wait to spend a bunch of money on Novelet and Zhongli. When is the banner? When do the Novelet and Zhongli banners come available? In 3 days. Okay, so I probably won't be pulling them until next weekend though, because I stream. That's nighttime. Okay. Yeah, I stream every weekend, so I mean I could stream during the week, but you know.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Well, that's because it's nighttime, Paimon. People don't usually walk around in the dead of night. Oh, there's that name again. Or voice, or, you know.
Looks like we're back here again.
Does Paimon not hear it?
Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
What an assumption to make, and you were completely right, Paimon. Yes, and it was clearer than it was during the day.
That's kind of spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
No, I like spooky. Sounds very traumatized.
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
What, like a siren? I can feel strong emotions. Things are getting a little blurry.
Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kind of hear a voice.
Oh, she can hear it. Okay.
Calling for Vache, right? Hey, traveler.
Oh, he's in a trance.
Stop walking. Come on, wake up.
Honey, wake up! That was pretty off key. Same here, but I will only be aiming for Novelet. Fair enough! Fair enough. I just realized I should be clicking them with my mouse, and I was waiting. I was like, why isn't it loading? My bad. Hello? Oh, that's one of the boss fights in Liyue, isn't it? Where it's like the power of water is its ability to change into any shape. Isn't that what it says? It's the same one, right? Am I going crazy? Hello?
Vache, are you my dear Vache?
Okay, I was not expecting you to be the one talking. I am not Vache. Weird mermaid fish lady.
No, wait. You seem to be someone else.
That eye blinks? I never knew that.
You know where my love is.
I'm afraid not. I'm sorry. Who the are you?
Wait. Who am I?
I love the fact that the eye blinks. That's so clever.
Fear I do not know.
I love like the design of that boss fight. Like also I like the fact that like you know like the fins, they kind of match the back. If you look at the back of Farina's design, she also has like kind of like fin like tassel designs that glow on the back of Farina's design. And I also like how they kind of like match here. Like if you look at her, look at the Oceanid. Is that how you say it? Ocean? Is it Oceanid or Oceanid? I don't know, but like it's kind of like a resemblance to the like water, and it's quite cool.
My memories feel like they have been washed away. Like
It's very pretty.
So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered.
Damn, that's sad. I like how I'm just like, I like glowing blue. Okay, glowing blue is just very pretty, okay? And yet this poor woman, water oceanid thing is just depressed, being like, I'm going through a divorce or something like that. I don't know.
How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
You were once human?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore.
You lost your form.
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
So, light blue water, could that have been... Could she be one of the girls who were dissolved? Ooh, that's interesting, actually. So, when like, for example, if you take that guard, for example, who was in the opera house who turned into water, they don't die. They lose their bodies, and their consciousness becomes an oceanid? Or oceanid, or I don't know how to pronounce that. Interesting, okay.
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril.
Fair enough.
No matter where I went,
Stop doing that.
Vacher would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me. And I also loved him equally as much.
Why am I getting siren vibes from this woman?
But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be.
So you need me to find him?
No. Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories.
Then why were you calling out for him? This feels like siren type shit. You know when, like, I guess a siren siren sings out to like lure people. Why do I feel like you're trying to lure your lover here? Why does that feel like that's what's going on?
The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters.
No, I don't know why you'd want to do that if you don't want to see him, but whatever.
If you meet Vacher, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
Sure. I believe it'll happen from him if I forget you.
Perhaps that is so.
I love the design of this. Sorry,
Losing consciousness.
okay, I'll just take a minute.
I saw Vacher above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing.
I just love looking at the Oceanid. I love its design. I love like the different like dark to light blue. I can't get over its design. It's a very pretty design for like a boss fight / creature / entity. Really, it's quite
If
cool.
only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
That means Vacher was a witness to the fact that you dissolved. Interesting.
Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release.
Interesting.
It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks
Ayo?
water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
Hey yo, they thirsty? It seems after the body is dissolved, some measure of the consciousness still remains.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
Ah, right. I wonder how much time has passed in reality. We go back and it's been like 4 years. We've just been 4 years just talking to this woman.
Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
Why do I feel like... Okay, the first impression that I'm getting is the fact that she says... She said, she was like, Vache, Vache, like, calling out for him. Now she's like, I don't want to see him. But she also said that Vache was there when she dissolved. So... Could he have, like, killed her? And like, because she's, like, an Oceanian, she has no, or, like, because whatever, she has no memories. She said her memories have been washed away. She has no memory of him killing her. That's my first impression, at least. That's my first theory. We'll have to see. What the fuck? I wake up to war? What is going on? I wake up to the Mafia fighting cyborgs? Or mechas, or whatever you call them? What is happening while I was asleep? Where you go, Navia? Why'd you have to give my girl that kind of sword? You couldn't have given her a better one? Oh my god, I'm still waking up, guys.
It's a whole army of Gardamex.
Where'd they come from? Why are they here? What do we do? Oh hey, it's Clorinde.
Clorinde?
Why do they say Clorinde? It's Clorinde. Duh. Oh, she's helping. Okay, Clorinde's helping. I thought she was arresting us. Yay! Electro Lady!
Quick, now's our chance!
Damn! Did you see the ching 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 ching? I love that! Yo, this is fire! She has a gun?! My girl has a gun?! Oh, she's a badass! Damn, Clorinde's a badass. I love her. That was sick. And her design is fire as well. I love Clorinde's outfit. I love that. That was fire. I love any design with like deep purple.
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Clorinde. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
You know what I want to see, chat? Actually, probably shouldn't say that, but at least I can address this to Ice next. I believe he's still watching. I want to see, Shuki in Clorinde's outfit. That's what I need in my life.
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
You were stalking us? Question mark. Also, that button is look at that. That button is barely hanging on, woman.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Ether's just, yeah, it is stalking. Ether's just having like a migraine in the background. You know, don't mind him.
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust.
Alright, I
He
will
would do the same were he alive today.
I also really like Clorinde's eyes. I like how her eyes go like from like dark purple to like a pink. That's very pretty. I will also say about Clorinde, the outfit I love, the hat I kind of hate. Or at least I don't hate the design of the hat. I just kind of hate how her hat like is so far forward on her head. It looks a bit out of place. I feel like the hat should be a bit further back on her head. But aside from that, I love Clorinde's design.
Do not speak of my father.
Can't you update her outfit since she's your OC? I might do like a version of her, of Shuki with Clorinde's outfit, but I don't want it to be like her main outfit or anything. Like, I designed Shuki the way I designed her because... Well, because that's the way I wanted her to look. But, like, I might do like a side version, like for fun, for like fun or something, with the with like a Clarin style outfit, because like Clarin's like black dress with like those tights. I absolutely love that.
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
You're good, Silver. You're fine.
Thank you for your
Also,
aid,
why are
Miss
you wearing
Brown, but
sunglasses
do
at
keep
night?
an
I don't
eye out
understand.
For your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Okay.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
But look at that color palette, chat. That is probably one of my favorite color palettes on the character. Like, aside from Alhaitham and Kaveh, but like they're male characters. I think she's out of all the female characters I've seen so far, she probably has my favorite color palette out of all the females. She's a very pretty character.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful.
Although one thing I will say, her proportions don't really look quite right. Like, how you... I don't mean to be that person. I don't mean to make this kind of sus or awkward or anything. But, girl, you know what I'm... You know what I'm trying to make out, Ice Knight? You know, should we just move on? I feel like we should just move on.
Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their
I
attention.
feel like you should get a different shirt, Klein. That's the censored way of putting what I wanted to say.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me.
Also, that I don't understand how that like corset torso thing is like staying on Navia's boobs. If I'm being perfectly honest, I don't understand how that works. I feel like a lot of the clothes in Genshin kind of defy boobs physics.
And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
Mason Garage, you know what? I'm going to try and pronounce that.
Serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law.
Oh, they were illegal robots. Lovely.
I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means.
Lovely.
Deploying them as a private force of sorts.
Cool. Lovely.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes.
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
Maybe it's just me, but I feel like all the female characters, at least all the two female characters, have really weird boob physics. Maybe that is just me.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish.
Hey Kevin, if Clorind and Child were to fight, which one of them do you think will win? We haven't seen that much of Clorind fighting. I mean, we saw her there, and she has gun, and she she can, I feel like it depends on what version of Child you're talking about, because I feel like if we're talking about like visions or whatever, like remember Child can change elements, so he can like use his vision, and he can also use his delusion as well. So there is that. But then remember, Child also has his Foul Legacy transformation, and I feel like he would destroy Clorind using that. I feel like Clorind has no chance again, or at least I feel like she put up some resistance, but I feel like Child would win if he used his Foul Legacy. I feel like they'd be more even if it was just like visions and delusions or whatnot. But Foul Legacy, I feel like Child wiped the floor with her. That's my current thoughts at the moment.
Thank you for your help today, Clorind.
Maybe if we see.
But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
Maybe if we see a bit more of Chlorine fighting, I'll change my mind. But that's my thoughts at the moment.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Au revoir. That's goodbye in
Right.
French, right?
I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
Thaw relations? Is there some tension there?
I know, she's...
What just happened? I just woke up.
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us!
Yeah, we got saved by the Mafia. Are we in debt now?
Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Since when do you fight? Yo, ayo, the day that Paimon fights, I will make a challenge that I will... What should I do? I need to make a bet. Like, the day if there's a day I see Paimon fighting... Tell you what, we'll do this. We'll do this. If there's a day in Genshin in the future where I see Paimon actually fight somebody, and I mean like proper fight somebody, I will do a face reveal. I'm willing to make that bet. If we one day get a scene where Paimon legitimately fights someone, and I mean, like I mean proper fighting, I will do a face reveal. I will get a face cam, I will do a face reveal. That is the bet I'm willing to make because that's how unlikely I think it is to happen.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway.
I have that much confidence
I hope
that
every
Paimon
meal
is
we have
useless,
together
so
shall be
I'm
a
willing to make
victory
that bet.
feast.
And I will stick to that. So if I'm proven wrong, I will do it. You have my word here. You can clip that, and you know you can keep that for safekeeping. Do what you want, but that I will stick to that word. Okay.
As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
I mean, it kind of is. I kind of owe you my life now, don't I?
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
Why are you wearing sunglasses at night? I don't know.
If it were me,
You
I
would be
have
dead in
joined
50
the
years.
Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
You look like you're in your 70s or something, buddy.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Oh? Paimon was useful for once? It's a miracle!
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
Yeah.
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
Oh? Is it bad at being salty and icky?
How did that help?
Were we poisoned?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
Yo, was our drink spiked? Do you mean that
Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Oh my god, that's so clever! Of course, because it would make sense, because you don't have to just, you know, I assume, come into physical contact with that water. You can trick someone into consuming it. That's really clever. Holy shit.
Yes, so if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Navia would have fucking died. Oh my god, Paimon unintentionally did something!
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Huh. Really?
Fortunately, Paimon, neither of us are from Fontaine, otherwise we would have been fucking dead!
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger, and hurried here as quickly as I could.
Yeah, they realized they couldn't, kill people they wanted to kill, so they just send the mecha dudes as, like, assassins.
What? Why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
Yeah, why would they go after us too? It's not like we defended the dude they were trying to place the blame on. Come on, Paimon, you answered your own question here. Of course they'd want us dead.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process.
And we uncovered the truth about the water. So there is that. They probably weren't too happy about that reaching the surface.
Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, I did dream of a weird fish lady. Weird water mermaid lady, siren type person.
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. He said that he heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too, but it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
According to Lynette, the ability to hear voices like that has to do with one's sensitivity to the hydro element.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
So basically gives people who aren't Fontainians superpowers. That's pretty sweet.
That doesn't sound like
Sucks
too
to
much
be
of a bad
Fontainian,
thing,
I
to be
guess.
honest.
I also gained some new intel.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Yeah. Talking to water people really works.
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
Some weird mermaid lady told me, I believe as one of the missing women, a person named Vache was a witness when she dissolved.
That is important.
You tell everyone what happened whilst you were connected? Okay, I was
Vache.
reading that.
That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately.
Gee, I wonder why not. It's almost like he could be the murderer.
Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
Or he could have been the fucking killer. Is that not a thought that's crossing your mind? Because that's the first thing that's coming to my mind. If he's still alive, we should try searching for him.
Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
By we, you mean us too, right? That's literally the line I say to people whenever people, like, assume I'm involved in things. Oh my god, my mouse is just broken. Give me a moment. I hope my volume is okay, because I'm kind of sitting further back from my mic than I usually do. So, maybe that means my mic's, like, less peaky. But if I'm too quiet, I can always move closer. Okay.
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Motherfucker. Navia, you... Yeah.
Well, you did say
You
that our
biatch.
farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right?
Gosh diddly darn it.
And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Messing with us will cost them an arm and a leg. And probably both their eyes. This will prove their biggest mistake.
Mademoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You're Spina di Rosula, after all.
Sorry, that face, that's so good. That is so good. Oh my
You
god.
talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you.
Thank you, Navi. I
We
appreciate
also
it.
have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Thank you. But we gotta do it. What we gotta do is like deepen our bonds as partners. We'll just sit. All four of us will just sit together. We'll just sit together in an area. And play some Uno. That's what we'll do. Do I have enough? I don't have enough. Yeah, dilly darn it. I need to do some world exploration, but I can do that later. Question, chat: is there any like particular world exploration I should be doing on stream? Like, is there anywhere in Fontaine you want me to? I usually do like world exploration like off camera, but like, is there any of it you particularly want me to do on stream? Because I never really think to ask that question.
Let's fly.
There we go.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
Everything's so much more fun when you can ride a gun.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Good job, Silver. You're not useless.
But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, Traveler.
Oh? Okay, we're going. Also, I like. It's why I also like by like going back to like Clorin's aesthetic. That's why I also like Auroran's aesthetic, because like it's like again like the blue mixed with the purple, like especially him from the back, like the dark blue, the purple, the black. It's I do really, and I love his eyes. Like his eyes are also really really pretty. He's a pretty boy. Where are we going? Wait, we're going in the sewers? Ayo. Sorry, I really do that. Hoo-yah! Damn, this is a really awkward way to get. You literally live in the sewers. What the hell is this? What is this? This doesn't look healthy. Why are there children in the sewers? What kind of people are you raising down here? Lizard! It's okay, Lizard, I did you a favor. I killed you by doing you a favor. There's a poor cat in the sewers! You poor little kitty! Can I take you home? Can I, like... Isn't that a thing I can do? Give me a moment. I gotta test this out. Dang it! Okay, that's bullshit. Whatever. I tried. I tried, guys. Where am I going? Down there? Okay. So a little town area. Oh my god, my mouse has died again. Give me a moment. Sorry. Give me a moment. Ooh, get a new mouse at some point. Hello. Oh, god damn it. My mouse isn't out of battery, it's just being a bitch. So, there we go. Yeah, you gotta live in the sewers. This is the last thing I expected the Mafia to live in.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Thank you for giving me a room in your sewers, Melus.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately.
A little tight? You live in the sewers, woman. You couldn't even buy it. Lady, you bought a meal that could cost you an actual proper house, an actual proper abode. And yet you're settling for living in the sewers. People in Fontaine are fucking stupid!
After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
You'll get better sponsors that don't make you live in the fucking sewers.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Hello, MC Legend 13. Welcome to the stream. We're currently doing the Act 2 of the Fontaine Archon quest. Welcome, welcome.
Your father, he was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
Die? I'm assuming he's dead, if she's now in charge.
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand.
Okay.
My father's name is Callus.
Oh, is? Okay,
Yes,
maybe he's not dead.
The same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets.
That music shift was sudden, but I quite like it. Sad shift of music, but I really like that music. Also, I've never heard of Callus the Unfaithful. This is the first time hearing of it.
3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
God damn.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't think any child would want to think their father's a killer.
At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that.
Bro, he clearly did that because he didn't want you in danger. I'm calling it now. Like, that's the I know it sounds very cliche of, like, an opinion to have, but, like, in, like, I feel like in a lot of, like, I don't watch much anime, but I feel like in a lot of anime tropes, that's what they would go for, like, storytelling-wise. So that's my assumption as to why he probably did that. There was probably something going on and he wanted to protect his daughter.
How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
Well, he can't defend his honor if he's dead, but equally, people can't tarnish it if he's dead. It does seem quite odd. Do you have any clues as to why?
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Oh! Well, I think that pretty much says all the information we need to know, really, doesn't it? Pretty much spells it out for us, doesn't it? So basically, in other words, your father was trying to protect you from being dissolved. That's what I believe is what was going on there. That's my prediction, that's what I'm rolling with. I mean, you're literally spelling it out for me right there.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in. But I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something.
Well, how would you make the connection that they're, whatever.
I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth.
Coerced, framed? I mean, it does seem like people getting framed is a very... God damn, my sister's saying. Yeah, it does seem like getting framed is a very common thing in Fontaine. I mean, just think about what happened to Linny. I mean, that was probably different because like, the Hydro Archon of Farina, you know, kind of upheld those things personally just to put on a show. But equally, like, for a nation of justice, there isn't that much justice in that I've seen so far. If I'm being quite honest.
Me when he was still alive.
You think you people in chat think he was getting close to the truth? Probably. Also, just a reminder, chat. Please, no spoilers. I want to make it adamantly very clear. Please, no spoilers. Yeah, I don't want to, you know, look over in chat at the moment because I have a feeling that there will be spoilers. So if I look back at chat and I see any spoilers, I will not be happy. I'm giving you a chance to delete those messages last night. I know you sent them. Anyway, continuing on.
He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me.
Of all people, okay, I shouldn't have to remind. Right, I'm not gonna read them. No, I'm not reading them. I read that one already, but I'm not gonna read that one. I'm just gonna remove the comment because I have a feeling that was a spoiler. Ice Knight, you know the drill. No spoilers in my chat. Okay, you do it again and I'll time you out, understood? Do I make myself very clear? No spoilers in my house. I shouldn't have to remind people every fucking stream.
And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Seeking the truth for the sake of your family. You know what kind of like in this regard? You know, have you seen my sister?
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
Anything you can do? Well, you can take off those sunglasses for a start. You're in the sewers, buddy. You don't need sunglasses.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much.
Is Demoiselle actually a word, chat?
All it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful.
Yeah, is Demoiselle actually... I don't know how to spell it, but like, can someone let me know if Demoiselle is actually a word? Or if they just made it up for the sake of this game.
Due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Oh, you were just coming up with some theories? Okay, my bad. My bad if I just assumed they were theories. I apologize. I do apologize for that, Ice Knight. I'm very paranoid when it comes to people spoiling. Okay? Because I know how tempting it can be. So I apologize if that was just an assumption, or like a theory or whatever. My bad. I apologize for that. You know, I raise my hands and say, you know, sorry about that. I am just a paranoid being.
Callus was such a good man. Wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
Yeah, I hope that message didn't actually say anything important because I didn't actually read it, mind you. Probably should have done that. Whoopsie. Oopsie!
Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that.
So, Iceland, have you already completed this quest, or have you or are you not that far into Fontaine yet? Or do you just not remember how the story goes? I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious on how far you are in the game. How far are you out in the game? Just tell me that much.
People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
Yo, why is Navia basically just calling out Twitter? That's literally what she's doing. People love watching evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much. That is literally Twitter. Tell me I'm wrong. No, don't worry. I know that I can sometimes drop spoilers. No worries. I'm just... I don't know. I just assume that anyone talking about the game, you know, without specifying that they're theorizing, is a spoiler. So, like, you're not the first person who's done that, and then they've been like, well, I thought that wasn't a spoiler, I was just saying my theory, and I've been like, I take a lot of things, like, too literally. So, I'm a very literal thinker, so, you know, my advice would be, if you're gonna, like, drop your own theories, just, like, put in brackets, or just state in the message that what you're saying is your own theory. If you do that, that's fine. At least I know it's your theory and not a spoiler that I have to, like, you know, have a mini heart attack about. Then just do that, so we can avoid, you know, giving me a heart attack, making you feel bad, you know, that kind of stuff. I finished Fontaine Archon quest. I'm now in Natlan. Lovely! So I'll get to talking about Natlan in a minute.
Never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
Are there any specific like Natlan characters you want to pull for? Out of curiosity. Because obviously I don't know anything about Natlan yet. I've only literally just started Fontaine, so I'm far from the Natlan storyline, but I do have a few Natlan characters, obviously, from the polls. So is there anyone who's caught your attention in,
Master Callus's opponent in
like, character-wise? Because I know all the characters that are currently going to be playable, because I've seen the, I did see the Natlan trailer revealing all the characters. So
Oh.
I'm not aware of the plot,
Well,
but I'm aware of what the characters
isn't
look
that
like.
as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
No. Oh, sorry, I just skipped ahead and I just realized. I was too busy talking about... So, I can't remember who they were talking about. Her? It was... Who were they talking about here? Was it Clorinde? I don't know. So, Clorinde killed Callus. Lovely. That explains the hatred.
Yeah. That's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Not really, no. There's kind of tension, hatred. I want there to be blood. No, I'm kidding.
Miss Clorinde has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either.
That's fair, otherwise she'll end up getting killed.
She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena...
So she had to kill someone she respected. That's fucked up.
There was only ever one choice she could have made.
Yeah. Yes, but it is unknown if they will be playable Oh, so not all the people in that trailer are playable. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
I mean, like, from all the characters I saw in that trailer, I mean, my memory is absolutely dog shit, so I don't entirely remember. But I do remember there being a lot of female characters from my memory. I mean, there was Chaska, there was the blonde-haired woman who I don't remember the name of, there was the biker lady, there was the little kid from the Genshin trailer, there was the kid with the ears, there was the the girl in the bikini. That's a lot of women. A lot of women. I think I pretty much like have all the Natlan characters I want at the moment. Like, nobody else really springs to mind after I watched that trailer. Like, I knew from the moment I saw Kinich that I wanted to pull Kinich. I knew the moment I saw Auroran I wanted to pull Auroran. Chaska I accidentally pulled, but I don't regret that. So, I don't know whether I'll pull anyone else, but I will say from Fontaine, obviously I'm going to be pulling for Novelette in a few days when his banner becomes available. And the other one I know I want to pull at some point if he gets a rerun or another banner is who was it? Probably Farina, right? Because apparently I heard someone I think I heard someone say like she can run on water. So I'm like, oh, that's curious. I wanted to test that out. So, she's the other potential one I might want to pull for. But aside from that,
Don't worry.
as much as I love Clorinda's design, I don't really have a strong desire to pull for her.
Force yourself to do that.
So,
Afterward, Miss Cloran told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
Yeah, but don't forget about the strong moral that can stab toe-to-toe with some of the Archons. What? What does that mean? Don't forget about the strong moral that can stab toe-to-toe with some of the Archons? Ice Knight, what does that mean? I don't understand. I'm confused. Start of the duel. Okay, sorry, let me reread that. Afterward, Miss Clorin told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety. And that indicates he intended to die in that duel, yeah, because he was probably doing something important, like saving Navia.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Mortal. You don't forget about the strong mortal that can stab toe-to-toe with some of the Archons. Who's the strong mortal that can stab? Oh, you mean wait? What? I'm confused. You've confused me. Who is the strong mortal that can stab toe-to-toe with the Archons? And I should refer to the Traveler, but we already have the Traveler because he's a free character. I'm confused. Speak to me like I'm a 5-year-old, Ice Knight. Otherwise, I don't understand.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me?
The captain. Oh, you mean the cool-looking dude? Hold on. Let me put up a picture. Hold on. Again, I did react to that video. I don't know if you saw my reaction to it. Genshin Impact. Hold on. We're getting there. The captain. No, I don't want videos. I want an image. No, give me an image. Fuck you, internet. There we go. Hold on. You probably can't see. Hold on. Give me a moment. You mean this guy, right? Watch how it doesn't load. It's gonna be a bitch. You mean this good dude? The dude who looks really badass. Shut up. You mean this dude who looks really badass? I love his design. I love everything about this. The fact that we can't see his face. The fact that he's like a shadow man inside of a helmet. I love it. He looks really fucking cool. But yeah. If he becomes available, you bet frame one I'm pulling for him. If he becomes a playable character, like, I don't want him to be... If I tell you what, I'll say this right now. If he becomes a playable character and it doesn't have that mask, I am not pulling for him. You've ruined him. I want to play as a character that has no face. I don't mean like literally no face. I mean like keep his helmet on. I don't want a face reveal. I just want him as he is. That's who I want to play as, because I want to play as a guy who looks that fucking cool. Anyway, continuing on.
Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
No, it's alright. I understand how important this is to you.
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah, I almost died.
Yeah. Everyone's eat.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Appreciate it, Silver. Oh, time to snooze. Shh.
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe.
Probably, but you know, who's gonna infiltrate the sewers? I feel like a lot of crime would happen in the sewers, actually. I take that back. I don't know.
Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Fair enough.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
I don't know, was she?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vacher.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
Oh.
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
Fair enough.
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
I don't understand how anyone can pull an all-nighter. Like, I physically would not be able to do it. As in, like, stay up for, like, 24 hours. I would not be able to stay up for 24 hours straight. That would be...
Unfortunately, this
sleep.
name seems to have been wiped from existence.
Also...
It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere.
Sorry, I hiccup then. Also, how come she's had an all-nighter, stayed awake all this time, and yet has no bags under the eyes? She does not look tired in the slightest.
I suspect
What-
that those behind this
What
have already
witchery are
taken
you
steps
pulling
to
over here,
hinder an
Navia?
investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vacher person is a key witness in the incident.
Oh, the fucking murderer. Sorry, I've been talking so much, I haven't really been listening to what they're saying. So if they say any crucial information here that I have missed, I apologize.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
No.
There is
Maybe.
one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten.
Almost
no matter
impossible.
how much they wanted to.
Lovely. Sorry, I'm just grabbing some treats, actually. 1 second. Give me a moment. Okay, continuing on.
And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept.
Fair enough, let's go speak to him. Also, the way she just said Neuvillette's name is probably the most perfect way to say that name. She was like, Neuvillette. Every character in this game pronounces his name differently. I've heard Neuvillette, and then whatever the fuck she just said.
If the Oceanid you met is one of the young women who went missing recently.
Oceanid, okay, thank you for the
Related
pronunciation.
information there.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. asking Chief Justice for you. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we?
Okay. But you don't want to?
Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Clearly something's on our mind. I hope I didn't waste that. Let me, Well, there was an achievement. Give me a moment. Yeah. Lennox in Foilviz? What does that mean? Is that French? Can I Google translate that? Probably not. I can try. God, my mouse is playing. Give me a moment. I will find out the translation if this is French. Was it Lennox? Lennox in Foilviz. Oh god. Lennox in it's trouble with the language. You can't fucking spell it. Foilviz. Foilviz. Wait, sorry, I'm getting English. Give me a second. I'm just translating. Okay, so it's Hungarian. Okay, and it translates to. It's Hungarian, and it translates to there would be running water. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, I was wondering if that was like an internal secret, but like that translates to it. Yeah, I just wanted to know if that was like a little Easter egg or whatnot, but yeah, not too much so. I have to do my dailies now. Love it. Okay, where are we going? Let's go.
The palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Let's go. Knock, knock, knock. Let us in. Right, what's our plan of entry? Oh my god, is that all the first few times we've seen animation?
Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
Hello, Sadine.
This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Nervalet's files are really secure.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
I love how adorable the little Melazines are. They're so freaking cute.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can tell. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy. So please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
Look at it. Look at her, him, it. It is so cute. It is adorable, and that's little like trench coat type thing. My mouse is playing up. Oh god damn it. Cute.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
Oh yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
Oh, it's so cute. I love how adorable they are.
We're here today to report and archive some
They have
information on the
wings?
follow-up case.
Do they all have wings? They have like little fairy wings.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
Oh, right there.
That sounded so sus the way she said that.
Justice is just inside.
Ah, thanks so much.
Where'd the cute little Bellzine go? I don't know. Alright, knock knock!
Please come in.
Sup?
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet. We only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
Wow, we literally just broke into this place and he's like, this is chill. We're fine. You know?
So you're not...
We're looking for a man.
Sorry, I didn't
called
mean to skip
Vache.
that.
He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Thank you. I'm surprised he's being so cooperative. I'm not gonna lie. There was a huge...
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
That's what I'm saying, Paimon, because, like, there was a small part of me that, like, when Fontaine began, and it could still be the case, but, like, there is a part of me that, like, thought, like, what if Nervalet was, like, the big bad villain? Like, he's... Like, that's why there's no, there's, like, limited, or, like, so little justice in Fontaine. But, like, after what happened in, like, that Linny Court session, I feel like I've gone back on that theory, or, like, that idea. Because he clearly was very neutral in that trial. To the point where I feel like that theory kind of feels out of place now. But it's just something that, you know, it was my first impression of Nervalet was like, oh, what if he's taking advantage of the justice system or something? I don't know. It was a theory, but I've gone back on it now, but it was just something worth mentioning. I thought I might mention. His eyes are the prettiest in this game, though. She does not look happy.
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years.
Damn.
There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
My memory? Oh. Yes, that's that. So we're back at square one.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
You think I dreamed that shit? I feel the water in my shoes still, Paimon.
Is that so? All right, then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our leave now.
Ahem.
I love Neuvillette's voice. Like, Ray Chase does such a good job as Neuvillette. Still,
Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel.
Oh? You can? Has your father died after going to trial and being killed by a champion duelist? No? Then no! You don't know how she feels!
Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
So what brought this up?
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret?
Yeah, I kind of feel like... I kind of understand why she's angry. I feel like she feels like Neuvillette should have stopped it, but obviously he was just doing his job.
No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should.
Damn, get cooled out. What is that expression? What is that expression supposed to be? Is that supposed to be sadness? Is he narrowing his eyes in disappointment? Or is it angry? I can't tell. What does this expression mean? I don't know.
It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead.
Because he was doing his job! It would have been disrespectful to your father had he not let him do the duel.
In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear.
He was doing his fucking job, woman! It's his job to hold an objective opinion on everything. He can't be biased. He can't let emotions dictate his actions. Why? Because he prevailed. Justice is priority for him. It's his job. Okay? You cannot let personal feelings get in the way when it comes to a when it comes to like a crime or a court session, okay? Doesn't work like that.
If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel?
Because he was doing his job, woman! I understand why you're upset, but come on! Use your brain!
Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die? Despised and hated by all.
I mean, look, okay, I understand why she's upset. And she has every right to feel the way she's feeling. But you can't be angry at Neuvillette because he was just doing his job. Like, of course he's going to receive backlash from it because, you know, he has to hold an objective opinion. He has to be the neutral person who holds no personal feelings, or at least doesn't say aloud his personal feelings, because that sways the court, or, like, you know, sways the justice system. But, you know, she has lost her dad at the end of the day, so, you know. Also, first time we've seen tears in like, an actual, like, Genshin in-game cutscene. Not like a proper cutscene, but like an in-game, you know, slide, I guess.
Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I don't feel like you should be saying these words to the Chief Justice of your nation. This counts as a threat, Navia. You can go to prison for this. Lady, I get why you're upset. But come on, don't throw your own life away because your father died in, you know, in a duel. I can't tell what this expression is. I can't tell whether he's, you know, narrowing his eyes, whether he's, you know, disappointed, whether he's angry, whether he's sad. I can't tell what that expression is supposed to be. It looks more disappointed.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone.
Can you?
It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything.
Alright, Navia, you're just projecting now. I get that you're upset, but, like, this is just being rude and you're kind of being a bitch, not gonna lie.
Oh, well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice.
What does apathy mean? Hold on. Apathy meaning... I don't know words, apparently. Lack of interest, enthusiasm, or concern. Oh, okay.
My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Well, that was kind of unnecessary and kind of rude of you, Navia, I'm not gonna lie. I understand, don't get me wrong, chat. I understand why she's upset. And I understand the fact that, you know, losing her father the way she did is clearly taking a big toll on her. But at the same time,
Navia,
it's not
are you okay?
Novelette's fault. It's raining.
I'm fine.
Wait a moment. Hydro Dragon, don't cry! Hydro Dragon, don't cry! Do you think it's Novelette? Is Novelette the Hydro Dragon? He doesn't look very... he doesn't look very much like a dragon. But, like... that would be fucking sick, actually. If there was a cutscene where he literally transforms into, like, a full dragon. If that is the case, though. But this seems too coincidentally timed. Because this isn't an in-game, like, thunderstorm or anything, whatever, because there's no lightning or whatever. But, like, I mean, it's possible. I would love, if this is true, and he is the Hydro Dragon, like, I would love a cutscene of him just turning into, like, a full dragon. That would be sick.
Rain. It's raining.
Yeah, the fact that they're also bringing up the rain, I think he could be. He doesn't. It seems weird that in Act 1 they brought that up. Who was it brought it up? Was it Fremine? And now it's I think Fremine said something like every time it rains, it's the dragon crying, and the fact that Navia just literally completely ripped into Novelette after we left, I bet he's just crying. That's my theory. It could be.
Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Please, if that is the case, if he is the Hydro Dragon, give us a cutscene where he transforms into a full dragon. Please, Genshin, I don't ask for much. That would be fucking sick.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
Rain.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Your father's case, was he outside when it happened?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value.
But there was something you didn't know at the time. Ooh.
Oh? Wait.
The fact that people can
You don't mean...
turn into water. So the person who actually... It could be the person who actually killed Callus's friend was turned into water. Ooh.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water and then got washed away with the rain?
That is clever. Holy shit.
Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
Damn.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier?
Because you are unemotional.
All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Sure you will.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Yeah.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
Might as well go now. Let's go. Oh, it's so fresh.
Great. Let's go then.
Okay, I have nothing better to do. I'll just be, wandering over there anyway. Anyway, what are we doing in our lives? Huh. Oh, was that a hydro? That was a hydro thingy. Where is it? Is it underneath? It probably is underneath, isn't it? Where is it? Anywhere here, chat? I don't see it. Where's the Hydroculus? I was thinking, where's the Hydroculus? Am I just dumb? Is it up here? Hello? Is it above me? Oh, it's up there! Okay, give me a moment, chat. I gotta get that Hydroculus. How do I get up to that? Give me a moment. Sorry, chat. I'm gonna get the Hydroculus first. Because knowing me, my dumbass will forget. So, what's that? Okay. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but okay. Where are we going? It's over there. Okay. Oh, no! Dang it! You stupid fucking piece of shit. Dang it. Come on, I want this to be quick so I can get back to the quest. Get down. Oh, buddy, can you get the fuck down? Thank you. Dang, am I really this stupid? I'm stuck. I've gotten myself stuck. Okay, right. Right. This balancing act is going really well. Got it! Okay, continuing on. We can continue with the quest now. We can unlock that. Oh, it's pretty. It's kind of pretty down here. Is this still the sewers?
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
Actually, this area is kind of nice. Kind of damp, but it's kind of nice.
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters.
Oh.
My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common.
Got a bit of pizzazz.
A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It
Conquest?
Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
Conquest? There you go, it is the Mafia. I think I'm starting to get why you like it.
Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past. Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers.
Yeah, I am confused at that.
But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
Convinced of what?
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
Okay, can we check out the cool ship? Oh, there's another Roculus thing. Where am I going? I'm gonna go over there. Okay, can I... Oh, it's down there? Wait, oh wait. Wait, I can... I can swim! I forgot I could do this! I had to do this to unlock that, Garming level up thing. I can swim like a mermaid! I can be a fish! You have no idea how happy this makes me, chat. Right, I gotta get on with the quest. I forgot I could do this. I legit forgot I could do this, though. And the swim bar is different. You notice that? It's blue. It wasn't blue before. Look, if I get on the land, like here it's yellow, but like in the water it was blue. Right, how do I get up there? I kind of jumped down, like without a care in the world, didn't I? What's this? Give me your foods. You have no foods. Doesn't feel like a very safe slope, this, does it? Just a bunch of metal, like, boards been, like, bolted together. Right, there we go. Hey, Maloose.
Maloose, we're back.
Sup, Maloose?
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners.
Oh, we're most important, are
You
we?
said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Maloose? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could the mastermind be the same person?
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Huh. Anyway.
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson.
That sounds like a drug.
At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
So I was right. It is a drug.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yeah, they literally did mention illegal drugs, didn't they?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea.
Huh.
If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions.
Okay, I was about to make an ADHD. I was literally legit about to make an ADHD joke, but I don't think that's appropriate.
And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything.
Alright.
It's an extremely dangerous substance.
I legit just feel like she's literally just explaining ADHD. That's what I feel like she's just telling us right now. Those are literally all the symptoms of it, or not all the symptoms, but many symptoms of ADHD.
As he oversaw Poisson,
I feel
my
this.
father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse.
Maybe I'm just on
and called
synth.
for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield.
So he literally got on the bad side of a drug gang. Yeah, this isn't looking great for your dad.
Not only that,
Or it didn't
Boss
look good for your
became
dad. He's kind
determined
of
to
dead now.
find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yeah, that's probably how he ended up dead, because if you get on the bad side of drug dealers, it's not gonna go well for you.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation.
Yeah, it's basically like how drug gangs work in real life, because the ones who actually sell it to people or smuggle it, like, they won't have any idea who the higher ups are. They won't even know who they're working for, like who their boss is, and that's to like avoid, you know, snitches or whatever.
Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant.
Oh.
The man's name was Jacques. He felt
Jacques.
greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food.
It's weird they're saying pronouncing it Jacques, because I've always heard it pronounced Jacques.
But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Yeah, this ain't looking good for your father.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all.
I hate to be that, okay, I hate to be that person, but, like, not everybody. That's one thing that just, like, kind of, like, I get it for the sake of this game, because obviously it's a storyline. They need to add motive for the storyline to progress. But I will just point out that not all killers have a motive. Some people just kill because they want to kill. They don't have to have any background with the person. They don't even have to know the person. Some people just kill because they want to kill. Because they get excitement out of it. Because they get aroused. So, just throwing that out there, too.
Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
So they could have belonged to someone who got dissolved.
Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet.
But wouldn't you have seen it at the banquet?
But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired.
Maybe your father got into an argument with Jacques, but it's also possible the third person was to blame.
You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
Yeah.
Jacques was
Hopefully.
an empathetic man who was
I'm waiting for the plot
infinitely
twist.
remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning. I think this third person is probably the key to the full truth. On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle,
Oh, there
as
you go,
you're
there's the
already
sad
your
music
father's
again.
butler, I must still offer a word of warning.
Word of warning. Malus, I swear to God, if you say that you're involved with the synth business, I am literally going to shoot you. And then we're gonna bury your body where nobody will ever find it. So don't you dare, like, pull a plot twist like that on us.
Our opponent is insidious and cruel.
No kidding, they do
They're
drugs.
extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
I always immediately feel sus of people who are like, no, don't investigate this. Don't do this. Why would you do things? Like, I feel like that's I'm always sus of those kind of people because I feel like they're trying to, like, cover up the truth because they're involved with it. I don't know if this is the case with Malus, but it's always like my go-to instinct whenever someone is just like, don't do this. Stay I can't speak. Stay safe here. You don't have to do that. Like, you're making yourself sound sus here, Malus. Oh, it could just be like a kind of warning.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark.
Because you're his child? He didn't want to burden you?
What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end?
Yeah, he managed to protect you! Hello? With all due respect, Navia, you are his child. Okay?
Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly? I've never accepted that, ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now.
Fair enough. Also, I will say that there will never.
I want to find out the real
There will
answer
never
for
be.
everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
The reason he was probably so secretive to you, like, yeah, you're his child. Like, it doesn't matter how old you get, your parents will always treat you like you're their priority. Like, they will always treat you like you're their babies. So, you know, that's kind of what he was doing. He was protecting you because, you know, you're daddy's little girl.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act.
Okay, maybe he's
Partner
not sus,
appears
he's
to be
actually
quite
supporting it now.
reliable. And more importantly, Demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
Oh no, what plot twist are you gonna give me?
So you do know something else, Maloose.
I was secretly in the synth business. Don't you dare.
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case.
Oh, they are connected, okay.
But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, Demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
What did I say? What did I say? I called this because why else? Why else would he sacrifice his life? It was to protect his daughter. No other reason. Don't act as important.
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live.
No, so in a way, okay, so in a way, it was him dying to protect his child was not only a release for him, release for Navia, knowing that he's protecting her, but also it's also a release for him because, you know, would you rather? It's kind of an obvious choice, actually. Would you rather die a quick, painless death, or, you know, live out those 5 years with so much anxiety and stress because of the case, on top of the fact that you're growing weak and frail? It's kind of an obvious choice, if you ask me.
And the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety.
Exactly. He just
5 years was nowhere near
he
enough
chose his
time
own
to
fate,
resolve
basically.
This long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you.
Yeah, so he did what he did to protect you.
Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina de Rosula about the details.
The details.
But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Clever. Very clever.
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
Hello? Melissa, you dumb? They literally spiked her Fonta. Are you stupid? Are we just forgetting that part? They spiked her drink. They did try to take her life and failed miserably because Paimon nicked the drink. But hello?
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
Oh no, of course he wouldn't.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss.
True.
To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
Fair enough.
So he chose to die in silence so that he could protect me.
Yes. Keep up, Navia.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword.
That you could use to decapitate the Sith vendors with.
If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
I like Malus. He's a good one. We like Malus.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight?
No, because that would have kind of defeated the purpose, Navia. Keep up.
He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now?
He gave you the choice to live how you want.
Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world.
Yep.
But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. And
because you were a child!
Give me an easy way out.
Like, because you're his child. Hello? It doesn't matter how old you get, whether you're like a 5-year-old or whether you're like a 25-year-old or whatever. Your parents will always treat you like you are the baby. Okay? Hello? Parents never talk to children about complex matters like this. Especially ones that don't involve, drugs and whatnot. Oh my god.
What was the key evidence that he shared with you?
Oh, right, I forgot about the key evidence.
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters.
Ooh. Go on.
When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found.
Oh yeah, duh. Because then that would have been like, if he gave away the specifics, then they could have just been like, oh, guess we gotta remove headquarters or whatever.
But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Because if the opposition found out what the key incriminating evidence was, they could just find loopholes around it.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
Oh no, because if it's full of synth, then, or primordial water or whatever it's called, then it could dissolve Navia. I mean, Navia could just always stay here, but I doubt she would.
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades.
Yeah.
There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture.
True.
But a single visit to their headquarters will be tantamount to a formal declaration of war.
It's worth it, though. I feel like it's worth it because it proves if we do it, then they'll be the ones instigating. It will make them look bad, which will out them. So it's only beneficial to us.
The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
But I feel like that's also a good thing because, like, it will show and it will show to the public eye that they're the ones attacking Poisson and the Spina di Rosula, and not the other way around. You see? Otherwise, they'll expose their own headquarters. You see how it is?
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Because one got dissolved.
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case.
Yep.
We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
That's a good point. Well, it's kind of fucked when you can't even trust your own authorities.
Huh. That's true. Seems my father really had no choice. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
We'd like to think, anyway.
Into this, Maloose.
I am the butler, after all.
Some
I
butler.
live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
He is basically the information gatherer. He's the intelligence
Thank you for all of
gathering.
your news. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to is that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here.
That's just a fair point.
When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news.
Clever.
After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people.
Maloose is a real one. Atta boy.
First is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Florent.
Huh? Florent?
Florent.
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well.
But if the boss trusted him, then I doubt it's him.
Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time.
But then again, if he was so close, I feel like it would be easier for Callus to catch on to that.
There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Confrérie. Oh wait, we heard about that in Mac 1, didn't we? Wasn't that the group that Child beat up? They were from Confrérie of Cabrières. They were trying to, harass a woman for money, weren't they?
Uncle Marcel.
What is this Confrérie?
It's a guild in Poisson. The boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around, with a lot of business connections in the city.
So they'd be rich enough, if they're one of the richest, then maybe they would be rich enough to afford the mechs that attacked us? Because they probably weren't cheap.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support.
You said they.
It's
Is
a bit
interesting.
difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
Maybe it was a cover-up. You never know.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards.
Another
Although
god.
the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, There are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities.
Makes sense.
Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
That's a fair point, actually.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
It's almost too cliche.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Yup.
Of course. And thank you, Malus. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
Okay.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty.
Interesting.
And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death.
True.
After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
That's a bit awkward, though.
Aw, thank you so much, Malus. You really are the best.
A new case awaits, my dear partner.
Yay!
We can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
3 years ago, on a rainy night, banquet goers heard 2 gunshots outside the house. When they reached the scene, Callus had a gun in his hand, and Jacques had been shot and slain. Based on the investigations done then, there was no possibility that anyone else could have done the deed and escaped. Callus was thus adjudged to have been the culprit. By the way, chat, how much longer of the quest do I have left, roughly? Like, am I about halfway done? Do I have like half an hour left? An hour left? 40 minutes left? Like, how long do I have left, roughly? So if we've still got a bit to go, then oof. Oof.
It is settled, then. Please excuse me, and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you, Malus.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
We'll enjoy our awkward conversation with the guy my dad murdered.
Excuse me, miss.
Might have murdered.
Do you need anything from us?
That kid sure looks real happy about this.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
Should we be here for this?
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mura and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
Also, Coralie is a very pretty name, I must say.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
She can say that. She can say that, chat. She can. Why? Because her father is also dead, okay? She can say, I know how you feel.
You don't understand at all.
I mean, that is also fair because you're under the belief that, you know, her dad murdered your dad, but...
I didn't know how to face you. Because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift.
Gift? Hello? Hello? Gift? Her husband and the little one's father died, and you're like, I don't know what to get as a present. That's not the right choice of words there, Navia.
Only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
Okay, I mean, you saved it there. That's a moody kid.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, My daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again.
Yeah, chat. Well, how much longer have we got on of this quest? If you give me a rough idea, that'd be great. Because I'm at the 2 hour 15-minute mark right
He
now.
had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything.
Oof.
So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
Is that a whirlpool there? Is that supposed to be like a whirlpool?
They found out about his betrayal?
Ah.
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
So does that mean someone ordered Jacques to take out Callis?
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to.
So it could be that while everybody was under the belief that Callis killed Jacques, it could be that Jacques was trying to kill Callis and then struggled for the gun, maybe?
Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away.
That kid's side-eye is scary. Like, that kid has seen some shit.
Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband,
Okay, she looks sad, but I take it
was
back.
likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
Well, you're a very open-hearted woman.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Because money, kid! He wanted money! You heard what your mum said!
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Clearly not if he was doing drugs.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons. Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Girl, you've literally just heard this phrase being given to you by Malus, and you're carrying it off onto someone else.
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
I wondered if I was kind of hoping we'd get like a flashback of Callis to try and see the similarities. So that'd be kind of cool.
You really think so?
Maybe we still will. Who knows?
It's the first time anyone said that to me.
Am I nearly done with this quest, or have I still got a long way to go? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting hungry. Testimony from Jacques' family. Jacques' family believes that he had struggled greatly with the order to kill Callis. Did Callis act in self-defense, or was there more to the incident? Can I talk to you again?
I'll leave my husband's case to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Spina, and Miss Spina's friend.
Oh, I'm just being nice kid, okay.
Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Florence should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way, so please don't worry.
Cool. Glad to hear that.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Ooh, are we gonna base it off of their reactions?
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case.
How do you feel about that, Floron?
Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callis was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table.
Yeah, pretty good memory, I'm not gonna lie.
After that, he told
I
us
would not
that
remember
he
what
wanted to
happened
go
on
get
one day
some
3
fresh
years
air.
ago.
So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after?
Okay.
My first reaction was that Mr. Callis's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene.
Fair enough. Good man yourself.
When I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callis was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up, because if it was a case where Callis turned on Jacques, then it doesn't make sense on why there was... I mean, I guess 2 wouldn't make... I don't know. That's a bit weird.
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation.
Yeah, that doesn't really make a great deal of sense. Because if, yeah, like I said, if Callis was to turn on Jacques, then wouldn't Jacques be standing still and being caught by surprise?
Reason being, Mr. Callis had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person.
True, Genshin characters do have infinite pockets.
About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned, do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
Oh, I forgot about the third person. So, what it could be... Okay, new theory, guys, new theory. What it could be, if there was a third person there, it could be the 2 shots were fired because the third person was trying to kill Jacques and Callis at the same time. And then that third person got dissolved, would have gotten dissolved, returned to water, got washed away with the rain, and then there'd be no leads. That could be what happened. But obviously, maybe... Obviously it didn't go according to plan. That could be it. Hello, Plague. Welcome to the stream. We are currently doing the Act 2 of the Fontaine Archon quest. And I am sat here trying to contemplate a crime of people dissolving into water, and I'm very hungry right now. So, hi. Welcome to the stream.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him.
Also, why would you want to bring an extra gun with you?
The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callis ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys?
That makes sense. So it could be, like I said, it could be the third person was the one with the gun. He tried to kill Jacques and Callis. He shot Jock first, so Jock was unable to react, and he ended up getting shot and killed. Whereas Callus was able to react. They went in for like a seizing of the gun. He got the gun, and then maybe just because of the timing of things, either shot the assassin, or the assassin was dissolved into water. Either that or the gun went off in the middle of the struggle. That could be it. We don't know.
But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
That could also be it. I mean, I'm not denying that. That could also heavily be.
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel.
I mean, to be fair, if someone turned to water right in front of you, and you wouldn't tell anybody about it, because nobody would believe you. If you went up to someone and were like, yeah, so my friend from work kind of turned into water the other day. He's now a puddle. Nobody would believe you. They would think you're drunk or something. Or like hungover.
I'll tell you everything once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss.
I get no bad vibes from him. I think he's a good man.
And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented.
Oh, I like this man.
Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today.
I like this Florin. I feel like he's a good egg. I feel like he's safe.
No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Okay, well, what we got next? Information regarding Florin. Florin, the advisor of the Spina di Rosula, claimed that he was very grateful to Callus for his kindness. He was also present at the banquet on the day of the case and can provide evidence that Callus did not... Shut up, Aurora, I'm trying to read. Evidence that Callus did not carry a gun with him when he went out. Okay. Doggy! You doggo. You cool little doggo. Anyway, where are we going? We need to go into this city. Dun dun dun. I'm not getting any messages in chat telling me how long I have left, so I'm assuming I don't have very long. Can anybody in chat give me a rough estimation?
It's me.
Of how long I have left of this quest? Please? Is someone DM me? Let me just check real quick. Sorry about this. No, sorry, that's just one notification on the Discord. No worries, continuing on.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
I don't trust this dude. He sounds so sus. He sounds like he's trying to flirt with her, like trying to butter her up. I don't trust you, Terry.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson.
Poisson. I get sus dude vibes from this dude.
Callus did a fantastic job running the town. Building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Maybe it's just his voice, but he sounds very suspicious.
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
So how do you feel about that, Terry?
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it.
I'm sure you were, Terry.
If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Oh yeah, bring up the Gardamex. That's probably a good shout.
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Okay, maybe I was wrong then. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. I'm kind of still sus of him, but the fact that he's being cooperative about it is... Maybe he's just a very, flirty dude. I don't know.
You see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do was get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage.
Yeah, it will literally do just what you've ordered it. So he gives the...
If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex.
So you tell them to do... But that doesn't really make any sense, because you could... Theoretically, you could have just told your Gardamex to go into death ray mode and kill people, and they would do that because it's in their capabilities.
Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Makes me think it's this last dude who's from this rich guild.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Damn, you just got called poor.
Oh, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
Information regarding Terry. Terry is the person responsible for official contact between Spina de Rosula and the guards. According to him, the only according to him, only the sufficiently rich can privately own a large number of Gardamex. The fact that they stated Confrérie of Cabriere is rich, and only the rich can afford them, makes me think it's more likely to be this last person, but we'll see what he says. I'm willing to hear him out. I'm willing to to be objective about this, I think, thoroughly, with a clear head. Oi, yeah.
Hello, how may I help you?
That's a weird name, Calcagony.
I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
She said all that without moving her lips, by the way. That's some skill.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
It's this guy. He did it. Sorry. But no, seriously. Okay, like, jokes aside, on a serious note, I was waiting for the one person we were, like, interrogating here to be like, just come up with some sort of, like, excuse, or, be antsy or whatever, and the fact that the first thing he said is, I'm not as young as I used to be, my legs are giving out a bit, just like, this guy's old enough, he can do it. He looks, I don't know how old the other, this is the part where I kind of wish we knew how old all the suspects were, but he definitely looks old enough. The fact that he states he's not young. Anyway, just continue.
It's all right, Uncle Marcel.
Uncle
There's no need to
Marcel?
stress.
You related to him? You Callus's brother?
I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes.
Saw everything too.
So strange.
You were at the Opera House too?
You were at the Opera House too. Convenient, considering.
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery?
Who knew, indeed. It's also convenient considering the fact that, a guard got turned into water just as he was about to tell us who the culprit was. Wouldn't they have to be in eye range? I'm suspicious of you, Marcel.
I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive.
You say that with so little emotion.
To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Is it just me or does he sound a bit, agitated?
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
That expression of Paimon. I got it. Hang on. It's got a... Perfect, thank you.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
I love his voice, though. Whoever voiced Marcel, I love your voice.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes. I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Interesting. You are reminded of the father's case right away.
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
So how do you feel about that, Marcel?
Oh, and what makes you say that?
I think it's this guy. It's 100% this guy. The fact that he's so antsy and he's questioning Navia to try and get information out of her, it makes me think it's this guy.
We were attacked on Arrhenius by some unnumbered Gardamex, and there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past.
Isn't that what you want, Marcel?
But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there.
What did I say? It's this guy. It's 100% this guy. I told you whoever it was gonna be like, no, don't investigate these things. You can stay safe here, You if you're scared, you don't have to do this. Like, he's coming up with excuses, trying to persuade her not to do it, which means he is the culprit. He is guilty. Am I clear? Cool.
If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabriere will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Okay.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
And this is the point where he's like, oh, I don't really remember, I'm too old. And he comes up with an excuse.
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory.
What did I say? I can predict these things. This guy is so predictable. He's got guilt written on his forehead.
The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests.
Sure, were you plotting murder? Was the things you were responsible for include plotting for murder?
Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
Ooh, okay! That's even more interesting. So everybody else has said, well, I mean, not everybody else because Thierry wasn't there, but like, so it was specified beforehand that there were 2 gunshots, and even Florent, who was there, also said he heard 2 gunshots. But this guy, Marcel, said there was only 1. Interest. It's 100% this guy. 100%.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support.
I'm sure it does.
I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
You don't want to use your filthy Mora that you've spent on synth. Marcel is the leader of the Confrérie Cabriere and the organizer of the banquet years prior. The Confrérie and Spinoza have always maintained a close working relationship. Though his recollection of the events of the case are quite foggy, he is willing to defend Navia. Shut up, Aron. I understand your... Can I talk to him again?
Alas, why do these kinds of things happen to the kindest people?
Okay, okay, I don't know how much longer I have left of this quest, but I've been streaming for like an hour, 2 hours and 42 minutes right now, so I'm gonna end the stream here because there's a lot I've gone through this stream, and I probably will. I know what I'll do is I'll end up finishing the Act 2 story quest tomorrow. We'll do the rest of it on stream tomorrow, but I'm gonna end it here. So thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate you. I'm just gonna pause it. So sorry. Why is it? Oh, dang it. Oh, sorry. So I'm gonna end it here. So thank you all so much for watching, tuning in. If you're watching later on YouTube, thank you all for watching. Leave a like and comment. And I will see you all in the next stream. Bye bye.